welcome to my channel. So ignore my crazy big fluffy curly hair. It's just been so fluffy lately. I just have to note my hair in every video, I know. But yeah, I just came back from the doctors. I have hair in my video. Yeah, I came back from the doctors just a little bit ago. This was my first infertility appointment with this awesome clinic. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's with Iowa UI Infertility Clinic. If you are in Iowa, you should definitely go to this clinic. This clinic is so amazing. Definitely for overweight patients. They did not mention my weight at all the whole clinic. The doctor didn't say anything about it. It was awesome, because that's the one thing I hate about going to see the doctor with struggling to conceive and worrying about your infertility, is them bringing up your weight. It's number one thing. Is like, there's other causes to this. Like, you should be talking about testing or other things that's going on with me than only talking about weight. That's what I believe anyways. Like, and that's what they did this appointment. Oh my god, I'm just so excited to tell you guys about what's going on. Like, it's so nice to hear things good about what's going on with your body, and knowing that you can have babies, knowing that actually you are a candidate for IVF, you're a candidate for this and that. She was just telling me how much I was just candidate for so many things. I was like, wow, really? I'm a candidate for all these things? I didn't even know I would be, like, meaning I can actually have babies with these different treatment options, you know? Like, I'm not just, you know, crossed out for this and that because I can't have a baby because I'm not ovulating, I'm having issues with this area, or I'm having issues with that area, so I'm not a candidate for IVF, or, yeah, and she told me I was a candidate for pretty much everything. So I was like, awesome, that's amazing. I don't have to worry about, not having a baby. Like, if we have to go down that route to IVF, I know for sure I have enough eggs for IVF. That was one thing that was amazing to hear at this appointment. Was, yeah, the first thing I walked in was, she asked me tons of questions, asked me how my periods are. I told her I was regular, but my periods are getting lighter for the past few months, which is actually something that happened in my ultrasound. Why, I guess she said why my periods were lighter is the reason because my uterine lining was a lot thinner than it should be, which she said it wasn't too much of a concern. It wasn't that thin, but she says it's just thinner than usual. So I guess I need to, like, start taking some different supplements. I know I took pomegranate juice a few months actually, because I heard it helps thicken your lining. So I'm probably gonna do that again. But I guess it just started happening in the past few months because my periods got lighter. So I'm not sure why it's getting lighter, but she did say it could happen because of stress, could happen because of your diet, exercising too much, which she didn't bring up anything to do with my weight still. So I was like, okay, so it could be maybe because I am not eating the best, and also probably stressed out because I'm moving around a lot. So maybe just help my stress, help eat a little better. I bet it will help, and exercise some, and I bet it would help my uterine lining get more flourish. And also pomegranate juice and other, like, things to help blood flow down there. I feel like it would help tons with my uterine lining, because that's something I know that could be an issue when I do get pregnant, to worry about uterine lining, because that could prevent implantation and other things. So that could be why I'm not pregnant yet too, because maybe my uterine lining is too thin and where I didn't want to implant. But yeah, I don't know for sure. But she did ask so many questions. Like, she asked about if I smoked, if I drink, which I don't. She asked about, you know, cancer related things, if my people in my family have had it. And she asked about different birth control I was taking in the past. Apparently she wasn't too worried about the birth control I was taking in the past, so she knows I'm young. I'm only 24, so she wasn't too worried about me not being able to get pregnant, definitely after the ultrasound and everything, because they found on my ultrasound that I am ovulating. Apparently that it showed on the ultrasound that I did ovulate last month, or that I just had an ovulation, which I'm only cycle day 10, so yeah, it just happened about 2 weeks ago, or not 2 weeks ago, like a while ago. I guess it would have been a while ago, but she said if I do have a luteal phase defect, that the medication I'm taking this month, which she prescribed me medication too, it's amazing, because the last OB I seen for fertility didn't give me anything. She just told me I was just overweight and needed to lose weight, and told me I was a candidate for losing weight, for the weight loss surgery, I mean. And I was like, really? You couldn't, like, you know, do tests, do something? She didn't do anything. It was really annoying and heartbreaking, because I just want to know, you know, things. Like, I am okay with keep trying as long as I know things are happening in my body that means I could get pregnant. Like, that's all I care about. But yeah, I know I'm ovulating now. Apparently, at least I ovulated last month. She told me I did, because she could tell by my ovaries that, yeah, that I released an egg out of my left ovary last month. Or no, my right ovary last month. So I guess I'm ovulating out of my right ovary this month, which is really cool to know. And then after that, she told me I have 19 follicles, I guess, 19 eggs. I guess that's what she was telling me I had. It's really, really interesting to know that I have that many, because she said that's above average. Like, that 10 is average. As long as you get more than 10, or yeah, around 10, you're good. And I was like, she said, well, yeah, that's really good. Like, that's pretty high. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing to know that I can, you know, have tons of babies apparently, and I'm definitely a candidate for IVF sooner or later if I need it, and that I actually have time. I'm not premenopausal at all. That's awesome to know. I was really glad about that. Yeah, and she said my uterus was good, because she did the ultrasound. She said my uterus is good. I don't have PCOS. She couldn't tell for sure if I have endometriosis, I guess is what it's called, but she said she's pretty sure I don't have it. And she said my ovaries are good and everything else. But she does want me to do this procedure to check if my fallopian tubes are blocked. She gave me so much paperwork. Like, look at how much paperwork this is. It's not even all of it. So much paperwork, you guys. So much. She had so much information. It's just overflowed my head. Like, it's so hard to do this video because I have so much information in my head from what's going on with me, which is amazing, because that's all I really wanted to know. Like, to know if I can have babies or not. Like, that's all I care about. But yeah, she is worried though, apparently, because this is something that's actually really personal, but it's not a big deal because it happened a long time ago, and my ex was he would cheat on me, and this was when I was 19 or so. Yeah, it's pretty personal because I hate talking about things that I, you know, got when I was with an idiot ex that, you know, I don't know, it's hard to talk about because I hate talking about these personal things, but I'm already talking about personal things anyways with this channel. But yeah, it's just more personal, I guess, with your sexual health. But yeah, I got one when I was with my ex. I went to go do a test for STDs because I found out he was cheating on me, and I found out I had chlamydia, which goes away with antibiotics. It doesn't stay. which I was so worried about all of that. I was freaking out that around that time. I was just glad I didn't have it anymore. Like, that was the worst thing imaginable to get. Oh my gosh. It was worse too because I got with my new boyfriend at the time, and then I found out I had it because I was having like some issues around, you know, down there, and having issues with I guess symptoms of it. And so I had to go to the doctors, and then they found that out. And I was with my other ex, my last boyfriend, which I was with for 3 years. But he was so like, I don't know, when we first got together, I told him this, I got it. I told him I had chlamydia, and he was like, that sucks, but I know you could take antibiotics for it and it will go away. Because he took the antibiotics too and it went away. He did not care. He knew that I got it from my ex, because I knew he wasn't cheating on me. My ex was a lot of things, but he never was a cheater. And I mean, that's why we were together for so long, because we had a lot of things that were good for us, but we just didn't end up working out because there was a lot of things that were bad about us. And that's what happens sometimes in relationships. But yeah, he was so understanding about it when I had got it. It was crazy that we were still even together still, because most people you tell you gave an STD to when you first got together with them, they usually break up with you, because it was really hard to tell him too. But I knew I needed to tell him because he needed to take the antibiotics. So yeah, we got it, we got it, and then we took the antibiotics, and it went away. But apparently, ladies, if you've ever had an STD like chlamydia, or any STD, it can block your tubes. And I did not know this. This was something, because apparently women don't talk about this a lot on fertility. I've never hear women talk about getting STDs on these channels, talking about this, because this is a hard thing to talk about, like, because a lot of women think it's dirty, and it's something's like, what the hell, why'd you get an STD, you must be a whore or something. Like, no, it happens because it just happens sometimes. Like, your ex had too many other people they were sleeping around with, or they were cheating on you. That could happen too. It wasn't just because of you, or because you were sleeping around. Even if you do that, sometimes that happens too. It's not like, I just don't, like, that's just a huge other topic I don't want to really get into as well, like bringing up things like that. But it's like, really, it doesn't make you disgusting. It just happens sometimes. And I feel like with the TTC world, we should bring up these things, because apparently these things mess up your tubes. They mess up your cycles. I did not know any of this, because nobody talks about any of this on their channels. So it's like, what? I was so surprised by it, because if I have not said anything to her today about getting chlamydia, which I could have, because it's really hard to tell anybody, and it's hard to tell even the doctor, that she wouldn't even suggested to get this done, which you probably can't read it backwards. It's the hysterosulfinogram, the HSG, or I don't know how they do the abbreviation, HSG, yeah, HSC X-ray test, that it puts the dye inside your uterus and fallopian tubes to see if they're blocked or not. So yeah, she told me I for sure need to get this test done to make sure, because I could be ovulating and the egg could not be going anywhere near my uterus or anywhere near my fallopian tubes for the sperm to reach it for me to get pregnant. So she said for sure get this done, because apparently chlamydia can really be harsh on your fallopian tubes. I did not know this. Nobody ever talks about this, because it is hard to talk about. I I'm talking a lot, because this is when I'm stressed out and nervous about talking about things, I smile a lot and I talk a lot, and this is how I am. I don't like talking about this stuff. This is really hard to do this channel, but I really know that this probably will help someone, because I know that nobody talks about this at all. Like, it's something that needs to be talked about. Okay, moving on, because I don't want to talk about anymore. But yeah, I'm getting that test done very soon. She said I need to get it done in the beginning of my cycle, when I'm in my flow, like heavy flow. So it's probably going to be in another state though, but she said that's fine, because we're moving again this weekend. We're moving back to Colorado, actually, so I can see my family. But we're only going to stay there for a week, because he's doing training. My husband's doing training, and then we're coming back. Or not back here, but we actually may be moving to Texas. We don't know yet. That's what's crazy about our life. So many surprises. Being a stay-at-home wife and just going with the flow and trying to conceive. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. No wonder the doctor's probably like, oh, you're stressed, probably because you're moving around so much, which is okay. I mean, I love moving around. But yeah, I try to keep my stress as low as possible by taking baths, by walking, just playing video games too helps me. I try to keep myself busy too around the hotel room, you know, cleaning and doing laundry, everything else, taking care of the animals. That's all I try to do to help my stress, because I'm trying to keep my stress as low as possible, because I know that messes with fertility. But yeah, I have good eggs, yay. She said I have really good follicles. It's not eggs, it's follicles, apparently. Potential eggs. So another thing she did is she took my blood, so she could check a few things with my blood. And that was, what did she do? Oh, she's doing the thyroid check, which I already did a thyroid check a while back, but she's checking it again to make sure it's normal. And then she is also doing a rubella antibody testing. I guess it's an immunity to rubella, helps prevent congenital disease and birth defects if you were to become pregnant. We recommend checking for rubella immunity in all women planning pregnancy, and recommend vaccinations if you are not immune. That's a good thing to do, because if you are trying to conceive, to get that test, because apparently I've heard of that too, like you should get that checked out before. And then she's checking my blood type, and something else she wrote down. I can't read that. It's like weird letters, like I'll show you. HAPAIC, whatever that means. But yeah, like the pamphlet she gave me was so cool. Like, look at this menstrual cycle. She had all of this. If you didn't know anything about fertility, which I've already been trying so long, I knew all this stuff, but it's helpful how much information she gives you. Then she gives you like all the things about your reproductive system, and like pictures and everything else. The contact information. There's the contact information if you need it. But yeah, I was like so happy. She's also doing some hormone testing for me, because I asked it about it and I told her to do some hormone testing, but she says I can't do some of the hormone testing until the beginning of my cycle. The test, like in the other state. She said I can actually do a lot of these tests and stuff in the other state I go to, so that's amazing too. But she says if I do need to do IUI, then that I could just go into her clinic. I guess I'll find a way to get there, because I really like her. So if I need to do IUI, I'll go into her clinic to get that done. Okay, so another thing is tomorrow my husband is doing another semen analysis or test. tomorrow at a clinic that or a lab actually that they use, because she wants to do it with the like actual lab results where they check everything with his sperm, which I told her about the Yo test I did, and she said, yeah, that's really cool, and it probably does, I mean, give you an average, you know, or at least for sure, like to see if he can give you babies, which she was like, yeah, so he must be good to give you babies, but we want to make sure everything's good, you know, with his sperm, because if his mobility and if he has like a lot of dead sperm, which you couldn't really tell with that test. That's why, yeah, you could take that test if you want to get you a somewhat peace of mind, but if you've been trying for so long, you should definitely get like an actual test done at the doctor's, which is what we're doing tomorrow. We're gonna have him go, he's gonna go in, because we haven't had sex actually for like a few days, because we were gonna hold it till my ovulation day, but so we're gonna hold it again tonight. And then he's gonna go do the test tomorrow, and then hopefully we'll get those results in the next week, and so we can make sure he's good, because she said if he's not that great, then definitely you should do IUI. But yeah, he could potentially not have good mobility, or he could potentially have a lot of dead sperm. Even though he has good count, he could have other issues. So it's a good idea to get tested for everything. And yeah, she just told me like, yeah, it doesn't matter, you should just do it just in case. But yeah, and then because I was having such issues with finding my ovulation, which apparently I'm ovulating, because she said I ovulated last month, so she's told me like, yeah, that I should just do digital ovulation sticks, because apparently the cheap ones are not working for me, which sucks. I want to do the cheap ones, I don't want to spend money. So I am going to get probably some clear blue ovulation sticks and do that. And she told me I shouldn't do the advanced ones, because the advanced ones don't work well at all. Like, that I should get just the one that says the peak or the low clear blue sticks or digitals. And then I could do some try different ones like Mira even, or I'm really thinking about getting Mira. But I don't know for sure, because yeah, I'm actually gonna be doing letrozole. She gave me letrozole. I told her, I didn't even ask her about it. Like, I told her I have been having issues finding my ovulation, or like my LH surges, and having issues with getting your temperature rise too. And she's like, yeah, that's really weird. But she's like, your periods are so regular though, and I really don't think it's breakthrough bleeding. So we will check on the ultrasound. And then she fucking found out that I did ovulate last month. So I was like, what the hell? Why ain't I getting my positives on my tests? It's apparently because I suck at testing. I don't know, I test so much, and it's also because I'm just using cheap tests. So yeah, I'm like gonna do more expensive ovulation tests, and then I'm doing letrozole, which she recommended, just because I've been trying for a while, and she's just worried, yeah, that about I guess my ovulation. I mean, she said it just doesn't hurt. Definitely, because she's like putting me on a low dose. She's gonna put me on a low dose first, and then I'm probably gonna go higher and higher the more months I am like trying to conceive and still don't get pregnant. Yeah, because I was gonna ask her about it, but she did it herself. So I was like, awesome, yes, I want letrozole. And yeah, I was talked to her about Clomid, but I guess Clomid is like not recommended for my age, definitely because I have so many eggs that I'm gonna or so many follicles that I probably will end up with twins or triplets, which I want twins kind of, but then I was like, it's not a big deal. Like, I kind of I'm okay with just taking letrozole, because I've heard letrozole doesn't give you as many side effects either. So we're gonna try that out first size. And I'm so happy with this appointment. I'm so happy to tell you guys. Even though this was a hard video to talk about because of the STDs talking. I hate that I had to talk about that, but I wanted to bring it up because it's not something a lot of women talk about on this channel or on these channels. It's like, I just want women to know, like, it is okay if you have an STD, but know that, you know, your doctor needs to know these things. Definitely with fertility, it's like, apparently these things can cause fertility issues. And I did not know this. And also, it's like, it's okay to talk about it too to other people. Like, it's not a big deal. I know, it feels like it is because it's hard to talk about. It is. But it really isn't a big deal. Yeah. Please like and subscribe. And this video was super long again, but I wanted to talk about all my fertility stuff and my fertility appointment. It was amazing, and I really love that clinic. Really check it out, you guys. UI Infertility Reproductive Clinic is what it's called. It is amazing. It's an amazing clinic. I love my doctor. My doctor's name was Courtney Carr is her name. Hopefully she's okay with me putting her name on YouTube. But yeah, I loved that clinic. I loved that doctor. Loved everything about this whole process. And now I'm finally knowing way more about my fertility. It's amazing to find out things. I don't know. It just makes me feel like I can just keep trying and be okay, even if it takes a little longer. I don't know. I think it's more of the unknown of not knowing that makes it so hard on us. Like, not knowing if we can ever get pregnant. But yeah. Thanks, you guys, for watching.